And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. So we just got through with our interview with Chef Raphael. Um, I'm going to give it a few minutes before everyone can come in. We're going to have an in-depth discussion on colorism, and not only colorism, but misogynoir. And we're also going to be discussing how it impacts Black women. We noticed that on certain platforms, Black women have been disrespected. Okay, I will give it a head start and then you can join me once you get a little juice. Okay, so we're waiting on everyone to come back in here. That was a great interview. It was so refreshing. That's one of my favorite interviews that I've done thus far. Welcome back, Exclusive Beauty Hair Store. I'm going to pin her. Yes, so make sure you guys, this live is sponsored by Exclusive Beauty Hair Store. And I've used some of her mascara with today's look. Shout out to Colossal Beauty for the lashes. Definitely go and check out Colossal Beauty and Exclusive Beauty Hair Store. I'll be working with Exclusive Beauty. So the first topic that I'm going to be discussing is colorism. I found this article on The Guardian, and it says that The Guardian US launches a week-long series on the politics of skin color in Black American community. Colorism, the discrimination faced by darker-skinned people, often from within their own community, remains a taboo. Our reports, essays, and first-person pieces will look at the roots and impacts of rarely discussed prejudice. Okay, so we know that society sees lighter skin as better. And there's a lot of people that are pressed that Exclusive Beauty made me her brand ambassador. Get over it. She wanted someone who had beautiful skin. She wanted someone who was representative of her brand. And my thing is that I'm going to continue to represent her brand all the way. That's my girl. I'm going to rock with her 100% and promote her brand on my platform. And I'm honored that she gave me the opportunity to make me a brand ambassador to promote her products. And it's a lot of people that are pressed about it. But one thing you can't do, and in the words of Mary J. Blige, you can't keep a good woman down. You cannot keep a good woman down. As much as you guys try to kick me, throw rocks at me, stab me, shoot me, put hateful, mean things in my comments, I will still rise. And still I rise. And I'm going to keep doing it classy. See, I don't give much energy to trolls. I just block you and move on. I curse you out, I block you, and then I move on. Swiftly and professionally. Because you're not worth the time of day for you to get out here. And I've noticed that people did it to T.S. Kendra as well, too, from Chasing Atlanta. There was an issue. There was a big altercation that took place. There was a fight. And it was some things said. It was some transphobia. The transphobia really came out. Like, y'all refer to this woman, this dark-skinned Black woman, as the T word. Disgusting, outrageous, and inappropriate. And it's despicable, the disrespect that Black women get on a day-to-day basis. And I can go down a long list of history of colorism and how desirability politics takes a play and takes a toll on Black women. So I'm going to start off all the way back into the 1990s, and then I'm going to fast forward it into the 20s. Shows like Living Single, Martin, and then fast forward to the 20s, even in cartoons, The Proud Family. The Gross Sisters were blue. Who do you know that was the loud best friend? Why is it that you give the loud best friend, the loud dark-skinned best friend, these type of roles? Because that's how they view Black women. We're going to go all the way back to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the 1990s. Janet Huber was the original Aunt Viv. Period. There's no ifs, no ands, no buts about it. Then as they fast forward later on into the later 90s, like 1995, 94, you notice the transition into a different woman. A different black woman that's lighter skinned. So desirability politics affects how we treat black women and how we view black women. Misogynoir is a thing. And when I hear people get up on platforms like G Status or Chasing Atlanta, or even in the lives, the disrespect that y'all give to T.S. Kendra, the disrespect that y'all give to Delicious, our trans sisters, the disrespect that y'all give these women is disgusting. Not on my watch will I sit back and allow somebody to disrespect another black woman. Not on my watch. My sis, Miss Melody XOXO, was filmed and put in a trailer for Web Life Atlanta. And people were making fun of the fact that her and Hey Mikey passed out in the trailer. And I just recently had Hey Mikey on, Hey Stevie, can you inbox me after? Sure, baby. I hope everything is all right. Hey Black Tie Business Foundation. We're having an in-depth discussion on colorism and transphobia. Joining me in a minute, Miss Melody will be on my platform to tell what happened, because she didn't like how she was portrayed in the trailer. And what did I say about profiting off of people's pain? Didn't I give you guys a lecture on that before about trying to profit off of people's pain? It's not right to disrespect a trans woman and film her without consent. That goes back to the Keke Palmer and Trey Songz situation. There was a whole situation around that. And I'm going to talk about victim shaming for a little bit as well, too. I noticed that when a woman is sexually assaulted or she's filmed without consent, people will, well, you know, she asked for it, you know, what she was wearing. Y'all like to gaslight, and then the misogynoir comes out. And it really comes out. Because y'all show who y'all truly are. Share this live. This is powerful. I'm about to drop some gems up in here. Share this live. Miss Melody will be joining me in a few minutes, and you guys will hear her story. Because I don't like what happened to her. I do not like that at all. I do not like that people are being ableist, making fun of people who are handicapped. Saucy Santana, you know who you are. Roland Ray and Saucy Santana. We all know, but Roland Ray, here's the thing. Hi, Black Link. Welcome, welcome. It's great to have a black man in here because it's all women. And I want black men to know, especially cishet black men, how colorism impacts us as black women. Your hair looks amazing. Thank you, girl. I've had this unit for a month. I've had about a month now. But there's going to be more hair changes coming pretty soon. And here's my thing. You wonder why your daughters grow up hating themselves and wanting to objectify their bodies. And I can give you the perfect example of that. Reginae Carter, beautiful. Why are you going and you're getting all of this work done when you're naturally beautiful just the way God gave you? Not saying she shouldn't have got the work done. It was her prerogative. It was her choice. But patriarchy and misogynoir takes a toll on black women. Do you think that black women like being called Rottweilers the same way that you did Tiana Taylor and Ari Lennox? Don't you think that that has something to do with these women's self-esteem? That affected their self-esteem? When you got rappers out here like Snoop Dogg telling black women how we need to apply lace fronts, baby, I can tell you I'm wearing a lace front right now and she is laid. Period. There's no ifs, no ands, no buts about it. Because I do my own hair and I try to make sure that there are no nooks, there's no crannies, because there are nothing, because the girls will read you. But at the same time, this is the pressures that black women go through. If it's not black men, it's society. And white society, colonizers, are saying you need to straighten your hair, you need to assimilate. So the topic of the conversation is going to shift into microaggressions. We just recently seen Noah Cyrus and Candace Owens, or Karen Owens, Karenisha Owens. She's a black woman at the end of the day, so you know I had to add that Nisha to it. Noah Cyrus, why are you calling a black woman old nappy head And didn't we just recently have a conversation with Eva Marcel on the Real Housewives of Atlanta talking about the babies? Oh, we don't want all these nappy head children running around. We know the context behind old nappy head. Let's go there first. It means that, oh, natural hair is bad and hair like this, fine hair, is good. What is good hair? Can somebody please tell me? We know what you define as good hair, but what I define as good hair is healthy hair. Taking care of your hair. Me being a cosmetologist, because that's something people still don't know I have under my belt, is my cosmetology license. So I went to beauty school. I failed the test the first time and I went back and I took it. So yes, I am a registered hairstylist. I'm a licensed cosmetologist and I'm licensed to do what I do. But black hair is defined as bad hair. Light skin, bright skin is defined as better skin. So colorism and microaggressions definitely take a toll on how society sees black women. And it's a conversation that needed to be had, that's long overdue. Now, in the last 2 years, in an article in The Guardian, it says that this person was researching a novel about a young black woman living in the 1870s New York City and Haiti after Reconstruction, during the Reconstruction, and imagine her life, the color would play into her existence. And we're seeing how Hollywood treats darker skinned black women. And I can give you the perfect example. Y'all know where I'm going with that. Monique. What was Monique labeled as? Difficult to work with and hard to work with, very aggressive. Why is it that dark-skinned black women get labeled as, oh, she's aggressive, she's difficult to work with? Welcome, sis. Whenever you're ready to join in and tell your story, you just let me know. And yes, share this live. Put it everywhere. Let it be known. The platforms that are in the LGBTQ community are supposed to be showcasing people's work and talent in itself. Hi, Live, Love, Fashion, DC. We had a conversation this morning. And we talked about how stress takes a toll on black women. Keep sharing this live. Let me share this live again. I'm gonna blow this group chat up. Blow it the fuck up with this conversation, because everybody needs to know that what needs to be said needs to be said. So I'm gonna let my what is going on today? IG? It's not letting me add Miss Melody XOXO. Give me 1 minute. Let me log her out and add her back in. But I want her to tell her story so that everybody can see that not everything that glitters is gold. So I'm going to send her a request and I'm going to add her in. Come on, Insta. Get it together.
Hey, Miss Stevie.
There we are.
Hey,
Hey, sis. How are you?
I am wonderful. I'm sorry, I'm a little late. I had to run to the store real quick,
You're good.
and I was like, let me run to the store. Let me do this. I ain't gonna worry about getting all glammed up. I just want to be me because I feel like you need to hear this story. Okay. Okay. So, I'm gonna give like a maybe condensed, detailed version because I gave the whole version on my platform, but I'll give a condensed detail where people can really get what's going on. So, the day before Halloween night, I received the invitation to an event. Now typically my boo goes with me, but this was so last minute he had to work. And so I said, well, it'll be fine. I go by myself. I go by myself. And so it was like this Halloween get together event. Now when I got there, I saw like Ebony, my girl Ebony, who I love. Ebony, she's a PR person. I love her. Amani Van Zant was there, who I love her spirit. She is just a beautiful inside out as she is a person. We had a wonderful conversation the day after what happened. And I think I knew Mikey because Mikey, and I think I knew Chris June, and I knew Brandon Carson. So that was pretty much everybody at the party. So when I got there, was just like, just talking to a couple people that I knew because there were certain people that were honestly acting like they were too bougie to talk to certain people. Yeah, and we know who those people are. And so after that, I said, I'm feeling kind of hungry because see, this was my first event out before since COVID. Like I was social distancing, so I wasn't going nowhere. Only way I went to maybe the store or to see a friend. That was it. So this is my first event, so I was kind of nervous. So I was a little hungry. So when I went there, this lady said, "Oh, we got these good brownies." I said, "Oh yeah, that's a brownie." I said, "Yeah, a brownie." So I ate the brownie. I ate like a little bitty piece of it, and then she said, "Oh yeah, you're gonna pay me for that because it's edible." And I was like, "What?" I said, "You didn't tell me this was edible." And she was like, "No, you gotta pay for that." And so I said, "Oh, you can have this back." And she was like, "Well, you gotta pay." I said, "First of all, you're not telling me this is edible." And I said, "I'm not paying that." Well, she said, "Want me to call my boyfriend?" I said, "Excuse me." I said, "I'm ladylike, but I'm from the east side of Albany, Georgia. You don't want me this, okay? You should have told me." Now I said, "What I will do is I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna reach in my purse and I'm gonna hand you $5 out of the courtesy, even though I spit it out because I'm a lady, okay?" So now I ate a little bit of that. So now I'm really hungry because I'm like, dang, I didn't get it. Then I had to spit that out real quick. So I go back and finally the food gets there, and I eat a little bit of food. But after eating that, I'm still a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, dang, I ate that. What if this is that? So I'm still a little nervous about eating the food at the party now. So now I'm kind of skeptical. You see what I'm saying, Stevie? Because nobody told me that. So then the party begins. People are performing, and all of a sudden, I see Mikey. And Mikey is, he's just dancing through because we just enjoy the performance, right? And all of a sudden, Mikey just passes out on the floor. Yeah, passed out. And I'm like, oh my God, what's wrong? Now, mind you, this time I'm feeling like queasy because I ate that brownie and I couldn't eat the food, so I'm a little jumpy, a little jittery because I'm like, what's going on? This event is just crazy. And you know, I was gonna get up, but I was feeling a little queasy. So Ebony, who I love you, and it always go to show a black woman always got to say the day. All these gay black men around, but the black woman got to be the one to come to my defense. So she comes there. She's saying, "Mikey, wake up." She's doing all this. Another lady come. The ladies are coming. All the other gays and stuff around there still listen to the performance, still dance. Ain't nobody stop nothing. Mikey is passed out on the floor, Miss Steve. So now I'm worried. I'm confused and stuff. So I get up. I said, "Ooh, I gotta go to the restroom right quick." So I go catch the restroom thing. All of a sudden, I start feeling weak, and I just pass out. And I was out probably for a couple of minutes or whatnot. And when I get up, EMTs on me. They're like, "Hey, what's your name? Are you all right?" And they start asking me questions. And so I answered all the questions. They was like, "Oh, yeah, she'll be fine." And whatnot. And I'm telling them I feel a little queasy. So I said, "Oh, I need to go to the restroom." So this time I'm able to make it to the restroom. I go to the restroom. I just sit in the restroom. And then Jason Puree. I don't know if you know him, Jason Puree. He's a singer. He performed there. He sat with me. I called on my ride. He sat with me. He was such a gentleman. Him and Ebony sat to me until my ride came, and I was able to go home. So I was feeling like, I got a good night's sleep. I still was feeling a little bad the next day, but as a couple of days went by, I started to feel a little better. So now I'm going through this event like, oh my God, I'm scared to go to the event because these people got me eating stuff I don't know. People are passing out. People are performing, Miss Stevie, while people are passed on the floor. The women, Miss Stevie, are the ones that are over Miss Mike over me. Like I think now I did see Chris June. He did go try to in the trailer you see he did try to get go Mike. He was one. Um but the other you can see even in the trailer while Mike is passed out, other people are on their phone flexing Instagram. While your LGBTQ member is passed out. Why you up there flex on Instagram? So after all that trauma event, I don't let it go. I don't like lies like Melody. You didn't know what was in there. You accused the incident. It just happened. That doesn't define it. So fast forward a couple of weeks later, I get an invite to the Web Atlanta Mint. And I was like, oh, from Mikey. He's like, oh, you come to the event. I said, okay. Now, mind you, I got to this also. When I went to the event, I did not consent to be filmed because really nobody knew us from the film. They just popped up with cameras. Yeah. It was nobody could sit with nothing. It wasn't like, a real house right now where people know stuff is blocked off, stuff like this and things of that nature. Nobody knew nothing. It just they popped up with cameras. And so when I get to the bottom, I said, okay, well maybe somebody wants to talk about something. I said, okay, well can I bring extra? Because I can bring my boo because he already said I can't go no more events unless y'all. He already said that. He said if he ain't off, I can't go. So I'm listening to my man. So when I commit to the event, I get sent the trailer. And so I said, okay, let me get the trailer. And I look at the trailer, and when I see the trailer, I am disgusted. I am hurt. All these emotions are running through me because, for one, I didn't consent to be filmed on anything. Second of all, you filmed where an event where one of your LGBTQ members, Mikey, is on the floor laying down, who's a cast member, and then you film where a black trans woman passes out, knowing that 40 black trans women and gender non-conforming people have died, knowing that is a sensitive subject. It's Miss Stevie, it's getting to where now it's not even affecting black trans, it's affecting gender non-conforming, non-binary women are getting murdered now. So there's a very sensitive subject, in our community. And so when I see this, I'm like, oh my God. And the first still I see is where I'm passed out and my dress is half. Now, granted, I wore some stockings. And you can see. And I'm like, somebody is filming me. First of all, why would you film that? Second of all, who is this pervert that did this and edited it on YouTube? Yes, Miss Stevie. And I felt violated. I felt violated, sis. And that's why I was gone for a couple weeks. But I had to get the strength to say that I know people look up to me. And I had to say, I'm not going to be a victim. I'm not going to let one event define who I am. So then I go through the trailer. Now, mind you, the first time I only went to the trailer, I was disgusted. So the second time I go back, I say, well, let me see if there's anything else on there. So then I go through there, and two of the cast members, might as well call them out, Carly Kamel, are joking and say, oh my God, she's an actress. She passes out. I know you saw the trailer like this. And
I did.
and they may say, well, we weren't talking about her. But you cut to me afterwards on the floor. What was I supposed to think? And what pisses me off also is when I hit the producers up, nobody wants to speak to me. Nobody's man enough to speak to me. And then the only response I get, and I did talk to Mikey, and Mikey did say, I would never do anything to hurt you or anything like that. I didn't know or whatnot. So I did speak to Mikey, and me and Mikey. Mikey's the only one talking. And what hurts me so much, I got comments from other cast members who on the show saying stuff like, "Oh, why would people care about you? You're not a cast member. You know nothing." But listen to this: if I'm not a cast member, why is it that my scenes carried your trailer? Think about that. Everybody's talking about that scene. So I'm a nobody. If I'm a nobody and not a cast member, why would you use that incident to promote your show? This is just an example of in the LGBTQ plus community why black trans women, gender non-conforming women, and non-binary women are at the bottom of the totem pole. Because I went to an event that was a black LGBTQ event, and me and another member passed out. And the black straight women were the ones who were mostly checking on us. The only people that have discussed and said anything about that, now me and Amani talked about it. And she said, oh, I hope you're good. And she was very concerned. Ebony talked to me about it. Shout out to Jason Puree. He sat with me in our restroom afterwards. And but that was it. And the thing also about it was, you talked about me in the trailer. You don't know me. You've never met me. You were too bougie to speak to me when I came in the door. Like I didn't mean or matter anything to you. And I could care less if anybody shows in his life. Because one thing about me, Miss Stevie, I will say this on your platform. I am not perfect. I have not lied about anything I have and not have. But one thing I always do is I don't take sides and I always speak the truth. And everything I've said on my live and in this live right here is nothing but the truth. And I will say that in front of anybody's face.
How couldn't you not know? And they drug you and they used a film for their show. She didn't know. She
Because
didn't
because
know.
okay, so this is the situation. I was not filmed until after I had passed out. If you notice, there's no film me at the party. because I was staying out of the situation. I didn't consent. And you have to realize this is my first event in Quebec. So I hadn't really ate anything today. I was dehydrated and hungry because I was just, and so I passed out. And also you have to realize I'm a I'm a person that I really feel other people's emotions. So when I'm sick and then I see Mikey on the floor and nobody's seeing that, all the frustration going through me, all of that just overclouded me and I just passed out. And all of the incidents that happened, none of them were at the party, were before this event. None of that. So that's how that happened. Okay? Not you, babe, the executive. I don't know what that means. But my thing is like this. I tell anybody, I am not afraid to tell my story because this is something that could happen to anybody. It wasn't that I went there and I took some substance or something. I honestly was dealing with dehydration, not eating, worriness, and people don't realize a lot of that can take a toll on your body. And so I just got to where my body just, I'm worried about Mikey, I'm dehydrated, I haven't ate none, I'm scared because I ate that earlier, and just my body was just like, boom. And so what really got to me was the fact that this is supposed to be an LGBTQ web series. Now, from my knowledge, I don't know, I haven't seen that other footage because I'm not a cast member. I didn't consent to none of this. Okay? There is no other person of trans or non-binary experience. So the one person you put on there, you would show them like that, knowing the heightened sense of Black trans lives and gender nonconforming lives, and nobody even reached out to me to say anything. And then the first thing that pissed me off so much, they were like, "Well, you're not a cast member, you don't matter." But you put me in not one, not two, but three scenes. And then you openly made a joke saying that I was an actress. I passed out because I was an actress. Wow. Was Mikey an actress too when he passed out? Was he an actor when he passed out too?
Hold on, Sunshine. Now,
You know? So was he an actor when he passed out too? And also the thing about it, I'm trying to figure out how you saw that because from the footage we see, when everybody's over Mikey, you're on your phone flexing. I mean, your comment was, "Well, Mikey passed out, but at least you got to perform." Yeah, that's in the trailer. That's in the trailer on their page. And that's what makes me so mad because the fact that people love to say, "Well, we don't support LGBTQ, Black LGBTQ." But the thing about it is, we don't take. Let me say something to you. As much as that situation was hurtful and disgraceful or whatnot, because of the fact that nobody told me, even though what Carl has said about me, if I saw him on the street, sis, and somebody was doing something, I still would have his back. You know why? Because that's my heart. People were passed out in a party, and you were too concerned on your phone flexing on Instagram. And then you make a joke about Mikey being passed out, say, "Oh, well, at least you got to perform. Mikey passed out." Wow. Wow, sis, really, wow. I spoke this because of the fact that this stuff does not need to go on. How can we expect cisgender women or cisgender men to respect us as a community when we don't respect ourselves?
right.
We don't respect ourselves. My thing is like this. I know who I am. I know what happened. I told my truth, and I would tell it to anybody. I was looking at comments. Hello, hey, Sunshine. But the thing of the matter is, we need to get to a level to where we're supporting everybody in our community. And the thing, and I said this in my live yesterday, clout, excuse my language, is a hell of a drug. Because so many people were so concerned about getting their performance in, getting this done, and yet, here's my thing. Had I been over that event when Mikey passed out, I said, "Look, y'all, we gotta cut this." I've been to concerts where one, two people pass out and they cut the whole concert. And these are people with means. These are like legitimate artists. Not saying they're not, but I'm talking about these are artists that, people know. And they have stopped concerts. But you wasn't good enough to stop that? Wow. And I want to let anybody of trans and non-binary experience know this. Know that you have to be mindful of your surroundings. Know that a lot of times, even people in your community may not have your back. Because I went to an event where I honestly thought it was family members, Black LGBTQ, and I support them. I said, okay, this is going to be a nice event or whatnot. And the thing about it was, one of the main person that was concerned about me was Ebony, was a straight Black woman. It's even in the trailer, sis. You see people performing, it's Black women, it's women standing over Mikey. But yet all the other guys are just up there performing still. And for you to make a joke out of that, Ambulance ET, you made a joke out of that. Wow. What does that say about your character? I know this is I know Miss Stevie, you don't do hard stuff like this, but sometimes we need stuff like this. We need stuff like this, Miss Stevie. We need it. Because this is the stuff that will make people say, let me put some things in check. And I thank you so much to Sky last night, because Sky came on my live last night. And we had just some wonderful gems that he gave out. And one of the gems was something I also want to talk about today. And it was something he was talking about colorism. And that ties in with your topic. And the reason why I want to talk about that is because what people don't know about me is a lot of these LGBTQ web series, I've worked behind the scenes and I've done certain stuff. And I was working hard trying to get to a certain level and doing different things. And I would ask people, okay, I'm gonna work hard and do this. Can I write this or can I do this? And I received things like, oh, you know, we're more of a masculine web series. We don't have room for somebody non-binary and trans, or we're kind of looking for somebody who's light skinned. You're kind of on the brown dark side. And people don't realize that is the reason why I fight so hard for Black trans women and darker skinned women, stuff like that, because I have experienced so much colorism in my life. One of my past boyfriends, we had did about 3 months, everything was going good. And he basically said to me, he said, I think you're beautiful, I love you, but I really want a red bone. He told me, no, this is what he told me. It wasn't no being around me. He said, I really want a red bone. He said, have you ever thought about bleaching your skin? This is what he really told me. And when he said that, I said, I am who I am. I love my skin and I love my melanin. If you don't want me, you can walk out the door. And he walked out the door. And the thing about it was, I was glad he walked out the door. Because for me, I stood up for who I was. I stood up for who I am. Because you have to realize is that we see so many examples of light skin and things like that nature. And we have to realize that darker and brown skinned women of transparent, non-binary are not given the opportunities that others are given. Let's keep it real, Miss Steve. Let's keep it real on 100. Like I'm gonna give you an example. Chasing Atlanta. Can we talk about that?
Yes, Kendra. Right.
Okay. Now get this. We got 2 trans women on there, right? We got Miss Laura England, right? She's transitioning.
Yeah, Lauren England.
And we got
Kendra.
And Kendra. Now, mind you, I love all my sisters. But if you notice, do you notice it's a different way of a method than the way Lauren is portrayed versus the way Kendra's portrayed?
Yes.
It's a whole different avenue. And honestly, I say this, that is nothing against Miss Lauren. Because Miss Lauren is doing her thing, she's making her money. That is based on the way the producers do stuff. Because if you look at it, I was so glad they gave Kendra that scene that night where she was at the table talking, and she was talking about trans women. And I said to myself, Chasing Atlanta, why can't you give us more like this? Why do you have to always be somebody trying to put somebody in the room with somebody who is a trans woman who you know don't get along, but you try to raise when you can talk about stuff like that. That was Kendra expressing her frustration of being a black trans woman. That was Kendra saying one of her friends died. Why can't we get more examples like that in the media of black trans women, especially darker ones? But we don't get that, do we, Miss Stevie? We don't get that.
Oh,
It's always an example of a black trans woman. It's always oh, you know, we can have them behind closed doors or non-binary. They can be our fetish, but when it comes to the light, it's like, oh, we don't know. Black trans women and darker skinned black women and black non-binary women such as yourself are tired of being in the back. It's time out for that, sis. It is time out for that, okay? And that's why I said in my life, I said, I don't care what nobody say about me. I'm going to stand up and do what I got to do. I'm going to fight for these rights. I'm going to speak my mind like I did. Because the thing about it, just like you were talking about Monique earlier, about what Monique said.
yes.
If I got to be ridiculed, sis, to make it easier for the next girl, guess what, sis, I'll do it. If I got to be talked about to make it easy for the next non-binary girl, guess what, sis, I'll take that hit. I'll do it because I don't want my sisters coming up to have to go through the things that I'm going through, or even going through the things you're going through. You understand me? And these are the things that we have to, because you have to realize, even you, Miss Stevie, you have sisters that are looking up to you. I had one of my followers say, oh my God, who is that Miss Stevie? Oh my God, her style is so flashy and fire. Ooh, she's beautiful. And people are looking up to you, Miss Stevie. People, there are younger girls under you that you may not think it are looking up to you, say, dang, oh, Miss Stevie doing that. Why can't I do that? Don't let where you at fool you, Miss Stevie. I promise. Do not let it, because people are watching you and people are seeing you. And you are providing avenues for people to speak on who they are. You are providing avenues to uplift black women, to uplift non-binary black women, to uplift black trans women. You yourself are activists. You are. Okay? So don't let nobody say that. And I didn't mean to take up this much of your time, but I just had to really speak on this topic because I'm so tired. And Sky said one thing that needs to occur. He said sometimes we need to stop begging for seats at the table and start.
Oh man.
You saw, hey, Steve, sis, let me tell you something. I cry sometimes when it goes, you know, but my mom got rich, so used to always say, tears ain't nothing but stuff to just rub your soul and bless you. So don't be afraid of them tears, but they ain't nothing but tears. They just to bless your soul, sis. That's all them, sis, because you are doing wonderful. I don't care what you go through with your folks. I don't care how much, you know, they throw at you that's negative. Sis, you are a ray of light. You are. Let me say something to you. When I was gone those couple of weeks, you know, one of the main reasons I came back on the platform and I spoke my truth. You want to know one of the main reasons? Because all the time you say, well, I look up to this bitch, I look at her as a mentor. And I said to myself, wait a minute. Can Miss Stevie look up to me? I got to be grown enough and woman enough to speak my truth. Because I can't have nobody looking up to me and I'm not grown a woman enough to speak my truth. And I said, I got to do this. And that was one of the reasons why I said to myself, I'm going to speak my truth. I don't care who says nothing. Hey, they talked about Jesus. I don't care. But I'm going to speak my truth so that our sisters can be in better positions. So that our sisters can start building better tables so that we can start, you know, getting these avenues. Because as we know, I look at shows like P-Valley and we have like trans experiences, things like that. And if people realize that getting into Hollywood and these journalism jobs and actresses jobs and all this stuff, it is hard being of trans experience or non-binary experience, period. But being brown skin or dark skin like we are, baby, that's like you don't hit another car from the head. When I saw Kendra on Chasing Atlanta, what hurt me the most was when she sat down there and she said, I've been through this and people don't know what I've been through. And I cried because here I'm saying to myself, here's a dark-skinned, beautiful black trans woman who is pleading out her heart and telling about black trans women dying. And why are we not seeing more of this on a black LGBTQ show when we're just trying to show who's got this money, who's got that? How is that benefiting us as community, sis? It's all
Not at all.
it's all right to show people how to make money. Don't get me wrong. It's all right to show them how to go to a certain level. Those things are all right. But what about the young LGBTQ people who don't have access to cable and their only access is YouTube, and they see a show like Chasing Atlanta, and then they see a black trans woman, and the first thing a black girl says, well, dang, she's being beat on, she's being well tied, all these people always coming up here, wow, they come at me. What do you think that does for her psyche? Because all she knows is she's a black trans woman, and she sees this beautiful black trans woman that looks just like her, and everybody's coming at her. And these are the, oh, my mind going. These are the discussions that we won't have. These are the type of discussions that we need to have so much more of, okay? I'm just reading one of the comments. It says, I'm not trans and I will never know how y'all truly feel, but I always here for you. You inspire me to be better. Oh, thank you, my love. And Miss Stevie, you keep doing what you're doing on your platform. You are doing such a wonderful thing, sis. When you told me about this, I would, baby, I had the weird cap on. I just jumped out of bed, go to school, but I said, Miss Stevie called me, baby, I got to run, so I got to come back and do this. Because this is one of my sisters. Because one thing about me, I'm loyal, if nothing else. And I said, my sister got to do, I got to do something. And I thank you because this was a situation that I chose to take the power over. And for me, I say this to whoever the cameraman was, all the people of this, I forgive you. And you know why I say I forgive you? Because when somebody's done you wrong, if you don't forgive them, they still have power over you. So guess what? As wrong as you did me, guess what? My heart forgives you. Because I'm not going to let you have power on me. I'm going to speak my truth, but I'm not going to let you have power on me. I can smile because I know who I am. I know what I've been through. So you're not going to let one little take stop me. You're not going to let that. Okay? So, Miss Steve, you dry them eyes, know that you are beautiful, know that you are accomplishing so many more things. I'm sorry if you get a little trolling from this video, because I blocked a couple people and they may try to come up to this live or whatnot. So if you experience a lot of that, I apologize from the bottom of my heart for that. But I just refuse, because honestly, this has made me want to go so much harder for my community, for my sisters, and even for my brothers. Because when I posted that post, one of the members said some comedy and laugh, and I hit him back. I said, "What did I lie about? I didn't lie about anything." And that's when they didn't say anything else. No lies were told. You cannot get mad at somebody for telling the truth. And that's where a lot of the trolling I had to block, because everyone I hit up, I said, tell me one lie I told. And it went from, oh, you're nothing, you're a nobody. It was, okay, but tell me one lie I told. But you're not a, no. Tell me one lie I told. But you couldn't do that. So that's why I can hold my head up high. And that's why I know who I am. So Miss Stevie, you just keep doing you, keep speaking on topics, keep just being the beautiful soul that you are, because, baby, people are watching. People are watching you, okay? I promise you, keep doing you, okay? Whew. That was a mouthful I got there. That was a mouthful.
It was worth it. It was worth it. You needed to say that.
Wow. Honestly, I tell everybody, yesterday and today has blessed my soul and my spirit. And even because I thought yesterday, I said, woo, I've released so much off me. I just released another bit off me. And this will allow me to continue to do what I do. So you keep pushing on, keep trucking on. And any of my followers who are in here, Miss Melly's gonna keep doing Miss Melly. And I gotta say this, for my day ones who've been here, who gave me all the support last night. Oh, we still love you. We still got you. We respect you, baby. I love you. Anybody else, if you left me or unfollowed me, baby, I still love you. Ain't a thing you can do about it, because that's my heart. Period. I have nothing but love in my heart. I've always had that. I've always had that. Always. Thank you so much, Miss Stevie. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome, sis. It needed to be said. I wanted you to come on and tell your story, because when I heard it, I'm like, I'm close with Carl and Tramel
Mm-hmm.
and sis,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like I'm kind of in the middle. I said, what can I do?
Mm-hmm.
What do I need to do?
Mm-hmm.
And by you telling your story,
Mm-hmm.
this will give more insight on what people need to look out for. And
Exactly.
it's just not right. It's just not right.
And I said nothing to the situation about what was said about me and Trilla. I'm a very forgiving person. And so for me, I say this: for if you feel like something can be made right, come to me like an adult. Don't come to me on no other stuff. Don't say we're gonna do this. No, if you want to make something right, come to Miss Melly as an adult. Because I'm not gonna do all that cussing, all that fussing, all the other stuff. That's not Miss Melly. But one thing I will not let you do is I'm not gonna let you disrespect me. So if you want to talk anything like that, I am very much open, but we're gonna talk like adults. That's the only way I do it. So I know that you are, and I didn't want to put anybody in this situation. I really don't. And I know I put people in this situation because there are people that I follow that follow them. But I could not. There's an old saying goes is that you can't keep something inside that may potentially hurt you just to protect
Yes,
everybody else. And so I knew that was one of the reasons also why I took a while to talk on it, because I knew I had certain friends and things in that nature. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want it, because I always think about everybody else. But I said to myself, I gotta let this go. I gotta let it go. And so, because I realized, I see your day ones and your true ones will understand, and they'll be there for you. And this old saying goes, it's like, it's like your closet. Every now and then you got to clean out some clothes. So guess what? If you leave, I'll clean out the clothes and I'll put some new ones in there. There's room for new ones,
exactly.
you know. So I have no, and understand this again, I have no hatred towards nobody. I have um no malice towards nobody. Everything I spoke was just simply the way I felt, and the way I felt, I was done wrong. So for me, it's not up for me to make anything right, because I didn't do anything wrong to anybody. It's up to other people. But I will say I am open, but I'm open as an adult. Maybe this time people might actually say I'm somebody, and they might want to talk. But it is what it is. I'm gonna just keep being me, keep my head up, and keep just choking on and fighting for the rights of LGBT plus people, especially trans, non-binary experience, and gender non-conforming. So I thank you so much, Ms. Steve, for that.
You are so welcome, sis. Anytime.
Anytime. Thank you
Anytime.
so
I
much.
thought it was only fair. And people
Thank
needed to know this, because I
you.
didn't know when I seen the
Hmm.
trailer. I didn't get a close glimpse at it, but now going back and rewatching it,
Hmm.
and I paused it for a second, and I seen it was you. It was
Hmm.
actually you in the
Hmm.
trailer. So
Hmm.
keep a close look out on that. That's just not right.
Exactly. And the thing about it, people will say, well, we didn't know her. Here's the thing about it. Um, even if you were the editor, you knew Mikey. Mikey knew me. It's like it's excuses going on and on. And then people say, well, you're not a cast member, we can blur your face out. But it's been up a week. It's like instead of like giving excuses, why don't you just say, hey, we were wrong, let's talk. You can't heal anything if you keep giving excuses. You can't heal anything if you keep throwing stuff off. Adults sit down, they talk about stuff like adults, and they come to a solution. And they definitely don't talk about people, situations, especially the stuff happening to people, especially when they have never met nobody.
Right.
I know nothing about Carl or Tramiel to say anything about them. And I don't know nothing about them. And you didn't know me. And that's the part that hurt them. You did not know me. So, you know, that's all. That's
Hey,
all.
Troy.
Hey. So I just thank you, Miss Stevie, for allowing me to come on your platform so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so
You
much.
are so welcome, sis. Y'all, please go and follow my sis, Miss Melody XOXO, and I'm so honored to have her as one of my mentors. I have a couple mentors. I have Janelle Jayance,
Hmm.
represent New York. I
Hmm.
have sis Miss Melody XOXO, and shout outs to the Queen of Shade, Behorn Dufault. So definitely go and give her a follow as well too. So I look up to these ladies as well. T.S. Madison as well in my head.
I love TS. I love TS. I love her. I adore her. I absolutely adore her. Period. I adore
What's the show called again? Web Life Atlanta.
her. Web Life Atlanta.
And if you look at the trailer's out now. The show doesn't premiere till the 15th,
Yeah, the
but the
50.
trailer is out. And if you look close in the trailer, it's Sis, Miss Melody XO,
Hmm.
in the trailer.
Yeah. And for me, people might say, well, why would you want people to see you in their life? And I say this, I say, sometimes you have to be able to say, this is me and this is what happened in order to inspire somebody else. And so for me, I take pride in the fact that yes, this happened. Yes, it's something that shouldn't happen, and it's something that was done without my consent, but it's something that was beyond my control, and I will not be a victim. I won't play a victim role, and I'm gonna be me. I will not break. I was built too strong. I wasn't built like that. I'm from the east side of Albany, Georgia. Period. So I wasn't built like that. So I tell anybody, hey, if anybody knows anybody and they would like to say something, I am open to an adult discussion. All that chair fighting, all the other stuff, that ain't me. If you feel like you're at that level, just don't even hit me up. Don't hit me up. Because right now I'm about changing the rights for my community. I'm about protecting Black trans women and Black women, and those are the things that I'm fighting for. I don't have time to be throwing shit. I don't have time for that, sis. I don't got time for that. My time is too valuable, and my time is used to fight and uplift people. That's what I'm. That those these days, those are the things that I'm using my time for. Okay.
And no, when people do wrong to you, karma will get them back 10 times worse in due time. Right.
So true. So
So
true.
matter of time.
So true. And that was one of the things that really forced me to speak out, because I was like, you know what, Melody? I said, you always give love. And when a lot of times when things happen to us, we tend to want to seek revenge on people. We tend to want to do stuff. And I tell people all the time, you can try to seek revenge and you may try to hurt somebody like that, but ain't no karma like God can give you. That karma God give, ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it. And that's what I simply take pride in. And that's why I said I forgive them. And I forgive them, and it is what it is. And I know who I am. And so it's all of that, all of that karma and that end stuff, that's all Miss Melody. That's on y'all. That's on you guys. So just letting you know. And I thank you
Web
again.
Life Atlanta.
Yeah. So
Live Love Fashion.
hmm and so I just want to, like I said again, I just want to bring awareness to this, um of the fact that also, like I said, I want to also make sure that I bring to light not only about Black trans life, but the fact of the matter is that we as a Black LGBT plus community need to stand together. And I know sometimes I repeat myself, but I still say this: when Mikey was on the floor, why were members of the community still flexing on Instagram? It was a straight Black woman that came over him. Even if you go in the trailer, you will see people flex on Instagram, and the women are over Mikey. You see the trailer. Why, sis? Why? Let me tell you something, sis. Even if I didn't know you and I went to a party and you passed out, the first thing I'm saying, oh, are you all right, sweetie? I'm not going to be on Instagram flexing, because I would think you would do the same for me. Because that was just I don't get it. And I said in my video again, clout is a hell of a drug. Period. I hate to use that language, but it's a hell of a drug. I'm so glad that I've never been the person that just chase clout.
Right.
Because I tell people anytime, that's why, that's like you, like Stevie, you building your fan base slowly, but you building it, but you're not building it chasing clout. You're building it off of what you're doing. And I tell people right now, people are chasing so much clout, they're willing to use situations that they really use other people's situations just to get them ratings. That's what it is. And the thing about it is, you may not say it, and I said this last time in my interview, you are so saying that hitting me with a message saying I'm a nobody, but yet my scene carried your trailer. So think about it. If we want to spill a tea, sis, while y'all was talking and talk about y'all life, my scene where I'm dead don't got no words or nothing, carried your trailer. Let's be real. So what does that say? I'm just speaking from my heart, and I'm speaking from my heart. It's a sad situation, but it's a situation that happens so much in this community. It's so much of it because I also think back to Chasing Atlanta when Kendra and Oliver got into it. I think his name is, I think the one that wore the suit was Troy. I think Troy. Now I've never met Troy. Don't have anything against Troy, but why would you call her Trini? Like, and people might say, well, some people are not offended, and I understand some people are not offended by Trini. But here's the thing about it: if she had hit him back with, "Oh, you the F word," oh, we would have been all kind of black. Why? You know what I'm saying? It's a double standard. Right. And that's the one thing I don't like about Chasing Atlanta when it comes to Kendra. I'm not sitting up here saying that Kendra, has been all perfect angel stuff like that, but it's been a lot of things that really they've been just hitting on Kendra. A lot of that stuff they've been actually, that wasn't just Kendra. Why at least 3 or 4 episodes y'all trying to organize Kendra and Oliver get together, knowing their situation? Why don't y'all just say, hey, we're gonna let them head on their own? You know why to do this? It's for ratings. It looks more better with the black trans woman fighting the black gay man on a black LGBT show instead of us saying, oh, we're going to come together to support each other. That's what it is. You are playing into this cisgender normality. You are. Because that's what all cisgender people are saying is, oh, they don't do nothing but fight. That's all gay. They don't do nothing but do clothes to fight. You're playing into that norm. You're playing into that norm, sis. If we're going to create content for black LGBT people, let's create content that cisgender people say, damn, I want to be like that. Instead of saying, ooh, let me see the messiness. Why aren't we creating? And that's one thing I love Sky said, is that the ones of us that are on that positive end of stuff and that are not about the messiness, we have to start coming together because we got to create our own table. Like Tyler Perry did. Like Tyler Perry created, he bought the whole base here in Atlanta and created his own thing. Us positive LGBT plus people, non-binary, black trans, and black gay men, we have got to come together and we have got to create some kind of table to show, hey, there is a lane for showing positive images of black trans women. There is a lane for showing positive images of non-binary people. There's a lane for showing positive images of black gay men. There's a lane for that. But the thing about it is, we won't come together and do it. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. And it just hurts me so bad because I will be honest with you. I lay awake at night and I cry sometimes because I see so many. When I see shows like Chasing Atlanta, I want to just jump through the screen as like an auntie and say, y'all cut this shit. We the same family. If you know if you in a family, mama ain't gonna let brother and sister just fight like they fighting like crazy. Mama gonna jump in there. She ain't gonna just let them fight like that. And that's what happened because I see the babies fighting and it hurts me to my heart because I'm like, y'all fighting each other and you got to go out in the world and fight the cisgender people. Come, think about that, y'all. My babies, think about that. What sense does that make, my babies? What sense does that make? Auntie trying to speak to you right now. What sense does that make? That it doesn't make any sense. And it hurts me because I want my community to do better and be better. And you have to realize we already fight against cisgender people. Then we're fighting against the church, just like Darryl Wall's situation, where he's been a gospel singer all this time. And if you've been loving his music and all this, and all of a sudden a video comes out viral of him kissing a man, and oh my God, you can't listen to his gospel music anymore. What he has is a gift from God. And so you mean to tell me you can't listen to his gift of God? You can't be blessed by his gift of God because a video came out of him kissing a man? You can't be blessed by that?
And I had this conversation yesterday. Oh, they look at it as a sin. It's an abomination. When I did my interview with Philly World, it's the same thing. Oh, it's an abomination. That's why people don't like us now, because they see us fighting and turning against one. I said this in the beginning. The oppressed is now the oppressor.
Exactly. You're correct. You're so correct. You're so correct. You're so correct. It's like, and I'm gonna tell you, do you know another reason why right now we're seeing so much violence against black trans people, non-binary people, and LGBT plus black people now? And I've thought about this a little bit. If you notice back in, well, I know some of y'all might not be on this, back in the 90s, early 2000s, there were not a lot of platforms for LGBT plus people because networks weren't putting us on like that. Let's be real, okay? So when these streaming services came, you notice it allowed an avenue for more LGBT plus people to be able to do this and do that. And a lot of cisgender people don't like that. They don't like that. I've seen avenues where people say stuff like, "Oh, why do we have to watch Pose? Why did y'all create Pose? Don't nobody want to watch that show." But we in the community know what that show meant to us. We know what that show did. If you don't realize how long it took Ryan Murphy to get that show off the ground, it took him a while. That many trans people again, it took him a while to get that off. And it's sad that let's see, the show was 2 years ago. It came out like I think 2018. It's sad that in 2018 it took him that long to get that show off the ground. Think about when the character of Billy Porter and Ricky had made love and being a kiss. The last time on a primetime TV series that we saw a black man kiss was way back in Noah's Ark. That was over 13 years ago. So it took 13 years for us to get that. That says something, sis. Somebody that ain't right. Because there are too many LGBT plus people in the world for that not to happen. There's too many people like that. It's too many people. And the thing about it is the reason also we have it is because of the fact we have people like Lil Bootsy, who has made homophobic and transphobic things against people like Zion Wade. I don't care, Bootsy, I don't even care. I'm calling him out. And, you know, it's just the fact that, and what tripped me out is I seen an article where he's trying to sue Facebook or some Mark Zuckerberg to get his Instagram account back. And I'm like, first of all, I laugh because I'm glad you got your account taken with your homophobic, transphobic self, period. I said it. But the fact of the matter is, the fact that you actually don't understand why you got it took, I can't discuss that. First of all, not even about the LGBTQ plus stuff. You had girls that were old enough to be your daughter popping their stuff on your live. These girls were old enough to be with your kid. And you got the popping live. Like what was his name? I think she had Kayla Nicole, I think so. Who's the intern. I think Kayla Cole was like what, 19, 20? Come on. She on to be with your son. You should be thinking of her as a daughter or a little sister or a niece or something.
Right.
And you wonder why your account got taken? Psh, please. It's just stuff like that I just really can't understand. But we have to stick together as LGBTQ plus people because we are fighting so many battles. We are fighting so many battles. And the thing about it is, I say I'm at a time to where now I'm loving a lot of the non-binary and trans people I see that are making moves, like people like T.S. Madison, Laverne Cox, Angelica Ross, MJ Rodriguez, India Moore. I'm glad to see non-binary and Black trans women coming up and doing their thing. And people who are homophobic, transphobic, they're mad because they can't stop it.
Big mad.
They mad because, see, the thing about me, Steve, with your platform, guess what? You can say what you want to say and speak what you want to see, and can't nobody stop you, Miss Stevie, but you. Can't nobody stop you but you. And these are the things that we, as people, have to learn. And I'm gonna tell you another reason. Also, we have to do. We have to learn that a lot of the aunties like me and stuff, we have to learn to also not be in the mess and talk to a lot of the younger ones. Because that's a problem too. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't be a mother of a house and be doing certain things and expect your kids to look up to you. You have to carry yourself. People don't realize this. When you're at a level, you have to carry yourself a certain level. It's things the way you might have to fall back and say, you know what? I can't do that. I'm a mother, I'm an auntie. I can't do it. Let me tell you something, sis. It's so many things I could do right now. And I would probably like double or triple right there in followers. But you know why I'm doing, sis? Because I have people that look up to me. I have people behind me. I say, I can't do that. Sis, it's stuff that I don't turn down because I don't want to be involved in that mess. Because
the same here, and everybody wants to know, why don't you be in the middle of mess? Because I don't involve myself. I remain neutral. I mean, I give my opinion, my observation, and then I just sit back and observe.
I can't do it. I can't do it. And that's a lot of reason why when I first came to Atlanta, I was shunned off and other people because when I was working certain productions, I wouldn't take sides. And that is a big thing that I've had to deal with, because we, especially in Atlanta, we deal with a lot of, you gotta take sides. If you take sides, you'll get somewhere real fast. Take a side, you'll get somewhere real fast. But when you're a person that won't take sides, you stand for some integrity and stuff like that, people don't like that. Then you know what they like that? It's Miss Stevie. They like it when they down and out, they need a little inspiration. That's when they want to come to this melody. When I don't know what's going on and what I'm gonna do, they want to come to auntie and get that advice then. That's when they want to come. When they don't know where to go, when they don't want to do, they want to come get that advice. But guess what, auntie, no matter what you're doing, you can still come get advice. You can still come. I'm still gonna be here, because that's my heart. Because I love my community. I'll fight for my community. I'll do what I gotta do. So I just think we as a people, we just gotta do better. We gotta do better. Because even me, like I was thinking, I've been brainstorming just the last couple weeks. I'm saying, Miss Melly, how can I do better? And that's nothing. A lot of times we don't want to look inside ourselves. A lot of time when I come on the platform and I give you guys a message, don't believe that ain't hit me before. I'm not hitting you on nothing that I think I see or something. I'm hitting y'all on stuff I don't been through before. That's why I told my story, because that way it might be some girl to where she might see that and say, oh, it's never been through that. Let me not. I want to be a guide to somebody. So every word I tell them about, every word I speak, sis, I done been through. Sis, let me tell you something. I know you done been through a lot. I know you've been through a lot because you told me stuff with your family. I heard some stuff. But I done been through so much, I promise you. Lifetime, my favorite channel, baby, I got a mini series. Give me a 3-hour mini series, and I still have to cut a lot of stuff. So we already, as a people, have been shunned. We have been through so much. And the fact that we are still going through is a factor of why we need to truly stick together in order to just do better. We have to think about this. We just, as LGBT plus people, we just months ago got the right to where people can't discriminate against your sexuality because of jobs. Why did that just take the 2020 to happen, Miss Stevie? 2020. It took to 2020 to happen, and it almost didn't happen. It was still a closed boat. It really was. That's sad, Miss Stevie. We're going to 2021. That's sad. That's sad. But it lets me know how much more we have to fight, how much more we have to do, and how much more we have to just push ourselves as people. We got to do it. We got to do it. We have to do it, and we have to do better. We got to. We got to, Miss Stevie. Woo, baby, we don't went to church here.
They needed to hear this. Everyone needed to hear this.
Baby, that I don't know if it blessed anybody else, but it definitely blessed my soul. Ooh, it blessed my soul. I promise you, blessed my soul. But this was so needed. And my only hope is that if just one person sees this live and they somehow get blessed off of it, I can smile and know it was worth it. I can smile and know it was worth it. That's just, whew, 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 whew. Girl, that's one of the ones where you be in the back street like, That's one of them good ones right there. Oh my goodness. But this totally blessed my soul. Continue doing what you're doing. Continue being what you being. Miss Stevie, I just see so many big things for you. I really do. I see so many big things for you. I promise. Sometimes I know I come in the room and I don't say nothing. I know you see me when I just come in the room, and when I just be observing. It's like when you got a friend or something, and you don't want to jump in, but you just be like, okay, friend, I see you. I'm gonna send it back, but I see you doing your little thing. Okay. But I see the mood you make. I see the way you do it. And I gotta say this also, sis, you got a good work ethic. Cause girl, you got a work ethic some of these journalists don't even put on. You got a good girl. And let me tell you, it's gonna pay off. It's gonna pay off. I promise it's gonna pay off. Cause every time I be like, Miss Stevie, I said, what would Stevie be? Ooh, girl. This girl said, I'm gonna get somewhere. Ooh. And the thing about it, I love it because we as a community, we get so much in what we do that we forget to celebrate others. And that is one thing that for me, I tell anybody, I get so much into celebrating others. Sometimes I forget to celebrate myself. I do. But that's just me though. I'm always celebrating my sisters. I love celebrating because I always say this. I was taught that celebrate somebody when it's their season because you want somebody to celebrate when it's your season.
Yes.
And that's why I'm so celebrating because I just know that things are going to happen for you. They're big things. And Miss Stevie, just continue to do you. Just continue to do you. Just continue to do you. You got it. Whew.
Thank you so much. That means a lot coming from you. And
you are so
you guys in the audience too. Thank y'all.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
Miss Stevie, your breakthrough is coming. God is about to open doors you couldn't imagine. I know it and see it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So much. We have to understand that sometimes on the way up, we go through a storm. The situation I'm going through right now, it ain't nothing but a storm. And so sometimes God want to see if you're going to weather the storm and go through, or you're going to fall and falter. And I refuse to fall and falter, Miss Stevie. I'm going to go through the storm. If I got to put on a rain cap, an umbrella, I'm going to do it. But I'm going to go through that storm. Because I know that sunshine, that rainbow's coming. So you just keep pushing through. You got it. I promise you got it. Thank you so much for giving me a seat at your table.
You are so welcome.
I'm truly honored. I feel truly blessed for you doing this. And thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
You are so welcome, sis. Anytime you want to come back on, you let me know. Because this conversation needed to be had. When you messaged me and you told me that something went on with the trailer, and I'm just like, I just recently did an interview with Hey Mikey. What went wrong? What happened? And then you told me, you explained it to me. I said, let me go on her live and see what's going on, and I'm going to do something. Because I've been seeing it play out on so many of these LGBT platforms, the disrespect towards trans women of color. Lauren England and Delicious and T.S. Kendra. We're seeing how the homophobia, transphobia is coming out in these platforms.
It is so. It is so, Miss Stevie. It is so. It is so. Well, I got a couple of things I need to do. But I thank you so much for allowing me to come on your platform. We'll link back up and do some more some other time. I promise you.
Yes, for sure.
We would definitely do that. Okay. And to all people in the comments, beautiful comments, thank you so much. I love each and every one of you guys.
All right, you guys go and follow my sis, Miss Melody XOXO, my mentor. Please go and follow her, as well as Queen Behorn Defoe,
Mm-hmm.
also Janelle Giance. Go
Mm-hmm.
follow these ladies. Go follow them. All love and support here on my
Yeah.
platform. That's what it's about.
Yeah. You have a good day, okay?
You too. Take
Okay.
care.
I will. Love everybody. Bye.
Love you too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everyone. Go and follow Miss Melody XOXO. Please go and give her a follow. Go and follow everybody that is in the audience. All of you guys coming here and give me so much love and support. Y'all are the truth. And I didn't think I was going to cry, but everything that she was saying, it touched me. It tugged at my heartstrings. It touched me because I've never really had that before. Nobody to wake me up and tell me, you are someone, you are doing something for this community. Your words have an impact. And they really, really do. They really, really do. You know? So that was an amazing conversation that needed to be had. But colorism still affects how we treat black women. So I hope you guys have took something from this. Um, I'm going to go a little bit further. I found another article on colorism, and it says, I'm going to pull it up. Give it a minute. It says, although researchers have made great strides in understanding colorism and skin tone stratification in the USA, important connections are still outstanding. One of those connections lies in the intersection of skin tone and gender stratification among Black Americans. Now, a place where researchers have recently and certainly visited, but work remains to be done. The manuscript builds on previous work to examine how gender and skin tone combine to influence Black Americans on social outcomes. And we've seen it on so many shows like Living Single, Martin, My Wife and Kids, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, The Proud Family, Blackish. Like colorism is even in shows. Basketball Wives, Evelyn and Shawnee and OG. We were seeing them, the whole situation where Evelyn posted something on Instagram calling OG a monkey. Jason Lee, who is not a good person at all. I was about to say blogger, not a good person at all. How he sat up here and basically sided with Evelyn is out of course because we know that lighter skin is looked at as desirable. It still affects how we treat Black women. So I'm going to conclude it here, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your day. I will be back with Lady Comrade, and also you guys will be getting another additional show as well too. So please be safe. This is Miss Stevie C.